guys. That's how you train the upper part. Put it right here. You don't need to put too much weight. Just put it in the right place. You want to see is that heat. And remember, too much weight a lot of times means injuries. So be aware of your weight, and that shit is, you can go from comfortable to grabbing to super hard once you start doing like a bunch of reps. And that's a great number to go, you know what I mean? Because that's propounds the pump, while doing too narrow grip is like always doing the same here. The shoulder like is always in the same movement, like we are robots. We ain't, right? So you have to, just like the pull-up, you do long grip, you have to do long grip here too, you know? So the mobility is way better than just right here or right here, you know? Wherever you go, really, because the more you can put the shoulders back, the better it is for your body and for your posture. And to improve your posture, you improve the muscles it needs to build to have a good posture, okay? Even if you have to do just with the bar or dumbbells, I start with dumbbells. Do that, you know what I mean? Start from the beginning. I start with 6 kilos uh, dumbbells, for real. 19. I'm 27 right now, doing almost 28, you know what I mean? Let's get it, man. Right here, you saw not narrowing yourself, meaning, you know, I did train abs. Um, yeah, I did train abs like 19. No, it was even sooner than that, not gonna lie. When did I start training abs and shit? I think it was like 18, bro. I don't even know. But I started training abs, you know, seeing Bruce Lee doing the dragon stuff and shit. And I was like, that's a lot of control. It's like calisthenics. So, yeah. It's like, you can do Bruce Lee trainings, you don't need to be, oh, this exercise is not known. What does it matter? The best fighter in the world used to do it, you know what I mean? Even if you can't do something similar. You also the strain that I had on my legs to pull all the way here, and the core strain. It's like working two muscles same time. Sometimes people don't have no legs because they don't use it. Me, I climb a lot of stairs, like I jump through stairs. I want to see what you will write later. I'm talking right now. And yeah, basically like I do a lot of exercise with my legs, right? I run and shit like that, I walk a lot. But, bro, stop sending messages, man. You're distracting me. Yo, incredible. But yeah, as you go here, you're gonna see that you maybe wanna, you know, instead of going right here, what the fuck is this position? You're getting more here, is naturally laying you down and using full mobility. I was gonna read what you write, but because you kept saying shit, I'm gonna do another set and then I'm gonna read that shit. When I said you were distracting me, he kept reading, so no. And don't fear to do all, because in the end of the day, you have to master your whole body. You know what I mean? If you want to be like strong and powerful, you have to master your whole body. Think as a fighter, you know, because you can be super big, but is this optimal for fighting? That's why Bruce Lee never wanted to be more than 144. You know what I mean? Because he knew from his height the best weapon as the human body is the most fast one. That's why he was so fast. And I train like that. You know, I don't train to be big because somebody can be 180, 200. And I know in a battle, I will win hand to hand. So I train to be a better fighter than the next one. You know what I mean? It's not about I'm scared, so I'm gonna build more in ways that, you know, when you are extremely muscular and you know how to fight, you can dominate the battle. And that happened to me a lot when I entered in box. I used to do a lot of things. I did capoeira, I did jiu-jitsu, I did karate, I did taekwondo, a little bit of judo, MMA, jiu-jitsu. So I did a lot of things. But once I went to work out a lot, lift a lot of weights and do a lot of close techniques, at 26, I've been doing that. So I went to box and dominated the game easily, you know. Or at least that's my vision or understanding of the 4 months that I stayed there. I think it was 4 months. Either 4, 3, or 2, I don't remember for sure. But regardless, I did punch a lot of people, and I did want to punch a lot of people. I did want to punch a lot of people, not to necessarily hurt them, but just to know that I know how to fight. Like I know to get hit and keep fighting. And I learned that through my muscular structure. When I get hit, especially with my long beard, it's like I don't feel as much. You know what I mean? And of course, with gloves is completely different from without gloves. But having faced no gloves before, I was like, nah, I'm one of the most strongest dudes that I be around. So I keep evolving, and now I definitely am. To be honest, I might be the strongest, but we never know. Like people might show up and be stronger than you. When I was in the gym, I never expected to see a guy lift. He was lifting like 120 kilos or more, and he doing like a bunch of reps. Then he grabbed like 2 dumbbells of 40 kilos, a bunch of reps, and I was like, damn. And he was like a Viking. He was like all blonde hair, grabbed it like that, and a huge beard. And I was like, damn, bro. You know what I mean? You never know who you're gonna find out. So it might be people stronger than you. You're just not aware because they're not into social media. And we are from a generation that we think the world is social media. The world is not social media. A lot of people are not on social media. Everybody sees it, everybody watches it, but a lot of people are like that, but they have real jobs like a police or they like owners, CEOs, you know, people with success in their lives with a lot of bread. Um, and they don't care. They don't care about social media. They are happy with their wife and their kids and happy with their hierarchy that they gain, you know, and they cool with that, and they don't need to show up and hey, like let me prove that I'm better than everybody so people like me. I don't know what happened. Let me see, bro. Hey, Joey. I don't remember you, man. Yeah, I don't know. These kids that is these kids being kids, I guess. Man, you have to understand that I came from '98. Like, I know that kids be tweaking shit, but we don't came from that shit. We don't came from like alcohol, other drugs and shit, and like we don't tweak like that. You know what I mean? We keep it G. I'm not gonna say who, but one time I see a guy, man, and he's a very close person to me, and he like sniff, and bro, it's like he looked like a hamster on Coca-Cola, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not noticed," you know, like I'm acting super cool, and I'm like, "No, you know," and he's like, he keep trying to convince me, and I was like, "Bro, you tweaking," but even him is like, that's what I'm talking. Our generation is in the '90s. We stay cool, you know. Even though you are different from you, especially from a person that knows you, from being like a lot of years by, you still like regular, you know what I mean? And those went is those who enter the system because she that's what it is, you know what I mean? Have to keep peace in the cities and shit. Like Portugal is a country known for protection of the children and the women, so yeah, you know what I mean? Damn. Let me take one plate. You see, this is not ego. This was what? 10, 20, more of 20 is 40 kilos, and now it's 30 kilos. Like, I don't care. It doesn't have to be, hey, super weight. Nothing wrong with that, man. The kids younger, the generation of 2000, the generation before us, um, they like the heavyweight. And it's cool. A lot of people like the heavyweight. The heavyweights is something that I did 19 to 22. Got injured badly, you know what I mean? And then I started doing the heavyweight because my shoulder really got messed up. I just had so much pain in my lower back, two different injuries that it hurt me walking.